Hello everyone, I'm here to share some channeled messages for you. So if you have found yourself here, these might be for you. However, if it does not fit, do not force it. Take only what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. Alright, let's get into it. You would think I'd have muscle memory with the movements in the intro by now. Alright, but I'm going to get into some channeled messages. I will be reading from my notebook, so I'll be looking over there. Okay, I'll be looking over there. I am a month behind on my channeled messages. This is from April 14th and 15th. And I have so many messages to get out to you guys. I've just been getting nonstop messages for the past month, 2 months, something like that. But I'm breaking them up into, I'm breaking the days up into like chunks where the messages, like they all have similar synchronicities. So like the energy is really similar. So I'm grouping all of the messages into little chunks, and I'm going to be sharing them with you. I want to get caught up. It is currently May 14th when I'm recording this. I am exactly 1 month behind. But I'm going to get them out to you guys because you deserve the messages, and I enjoy giving them. Okay, so today's message is greatly about resilience and resilience, overcoming challenges, and the feeling of empowerment that comes along with that. Okay, and the feeling of freedom that comes from overcoming some sort of challenges. So on the 14th, I channeled 2 different songs. I channeled We Are the Champions by Queen, and I channeled I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. And both of these songs really emulate self-empowerment, overcoming adversity, success over challenges, and the pride, the feeling of pride that comes with persevering amongst obstacles. Okay, so there's been a great strength mustered from within you in order to achieve some sense of freedom and of victory. So sometime in the most recent past, collective, you, or maybe currently, you have overcome some sort of you've achieved some sort of goal. You've overcome some sort of great adversity. Okay, whether that be habits, people, mindsets, okay, behaviors. There's something that you have very much conquered. Okay, you've come on top. You could be feeling at this time like very renewed. Okay, you could be feeling very proud of yourself, and it's for great reason. Okay, you've done a lot of work to overcome. You've had to muster great strength to overcome certain obstacles and challenges, to face certain challenges here. And you're now in a period of embracing what has transformed and celebrating your spirits, your personal spirits, your soul's ability to move on independently of your past or your current struggles, trials, and tribulations. Okay, so whatever it might have been. And in the song I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, it is about a breakup. Not the message of the song, but part of the song is about her going through a breakup and overcoming the struggles and the pain that comes with that kind of heartache, those kinds of endings, right? So for some of you, this very well could be a relationship that you have freed. It's like a relationship you freed yourself from. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic, familial, business, friendship, whatever. But it was just some sort of connection that was oppressive or possessive, okay? You have freed yourself from something. You could have also had victory over something that was toxic or abusive, okay? Whether that be in connections or in behaviors or in perspectives, okay? Now, on the 15th, we move into the next message, where I was doing more so like nature scrying through animals and nature. So I had a small bird and 2 seagulls on the 15th. That gave me big messages, especially the small bird. He was sitting on a telephone wire by himself, and he was on the top of the telephone wire. You know, like on the telephone wires, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes there's more than 4, but anyways, there's multiple lines. He was on the very top line, and very sturdy up there too. And the backdrop, he had this backdrop. It was a very nice day. There was these huge, puffy, vibrant clouds spacing this bright blue background behind this beautiful little bird. And the wind blew, and he was sturdy up there, and the clouds were moving, but he was in place, and it was like he was just looking over everything. And I just got this overwhelming sense of empowerment and of possibility. It really like inspired, it gave me this energy that was very inspiring of hope, just like the I Will Survive song. It very much inspires hope for what comes after the storm, right? This energy gave me this feeling of having faith in the future, of being hopeful about the future, this I made it feeling. Okay, same with We Are the Champions. We are the champions, my friend, and we'll keep on fighting till the end. Okay, so you made it, and you're feeling like, we'll keep on fighting. I got through this. I got this. I'm looking towards the future with hope. I'm inspired by the faith that I have in what comes after the storm, what comes after having conquered having victory over these struggles, these obstacles, okay, these oppositions even. It's like you're looking out at the journey ahead. You're looking out at the journey ahead while exhaling with relief for having reached the top of the mountain. All right? That's what it feels like with We Are the Champions. You've reached the top. With I Will Survive, you're exhaling with relief. You're looking out to the future. There's so much ahead of you to be looking forward towards. And this is what you're doing. You're this little bird that's sitting on the top of the telephone wire, which telephone wire is all about communication. You're sitting on top of the communications. You're receiving lots of information, lots of communication from spirit, or maybe from others, or from your higher self. Okay? You're receiving messages here. And you're positioned in a space where you're able to have a bird's eye view. You're able to see from a very high standpoint, okay, what comes next. It's like there's a clear opening to the future. There's a lot of open space, a beautiful open space for you to be able to create within. There's lots of possibility here. Okay, so all three of these messages so far is about self-empowerment. So there's resilience, self-empowerment, and the feeling of pride in having triumphed. Okay, these are the very prominent energies at this time. All right, the next one was two seagulls, and they were giving each other love. They put their heads against each other's, and they like did a little dance sort of thing, like they tilted their heads down and back up, and they like called out, I don't know, some sort of like mating call. But it seems like these birds, they were already together, and birds mate for life. These two were already together, and they seemed very supportive of each other. The female was visibly smaller than the male as well, which gave me this feeling of protection. All right. But seagulls represent freedom, which is what is represented with the small bird and the two songs, is this sense of freedom. There's a sense of adventure that comes through with the seagull, okay? Adaptability and resilience. You've had to adapt to your challenges. You've had to adapt to adversities. You've had to be resilient. And resilience is all about that positive outlook amongst struggle. Okay, it's persevering with optimism throughout what, some might see as hardship, okay? They also represent cunning, fearlessness, survival, I will survive, and perseverance, okay? So there's a lot here to do with you having had to be resilient. You had to be optimistic, and you had to be smart. You had to really intellectually put in work to overcome certain challenges. You had to face certain fears. We are the champions. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. You had to put yourself face to face with certain fears. And you had to be smart about how you faced these fears in order to survive some sort of hardships. And your perseverance through this, your openness and your sense of adventure amongst hardship, amongst pain, amongst adversity and obstacle is what allowed you to have this sense of this moment of success, this sense of victory, this fulfillment of accomplishment, okay? And it's all personal. This feels all very spiritual, very energetic. It's like you've overcome something spiritually. Okay, it could have been also associated with some sort of physical changes, but for the most part, I really do feel that you have really transformed spiritually. Okay, you have undergone some sort of transformational process, and it's beautiful. There's a blackbird outside the house. He's wandering around. He's looking. I'm not sure what he's probably looking for food. I wish I knew what blackbirds represented. Okay, there's something about gathering. There's something about searching for what fits and searching for what is going to best suit your needs at this time. Okay? Yeah, you're looking out for what is going to work best for you. And it doesn't seem like an urgent search. Okay? It seems like a search. You're kind of like looking around, trying things, picking things up and putting them back down. You know, you're moving through. You have a whole clean slate, blank slate ahead of you. What is there to create? There's so many things to create. There's so many possibilities. Oh, and I just saw another bird come out. Oh, there's a third one. How many of you are in this yard right now? Okay. I'm getting this message to be mindful, be wary of anyone trying to pick at you, ask certain questions, okay? Like trying to get answers from you or trying to vet you, basically. There's a message here to be mindful of anybody that's trying to get into your personal business if you're not closely connected to them. Okay, that's for somebody. Anyway, so when it's two seagulls together, now this is a message of balance. It's a message of communication, because they're birds. Birds are always messengers. Communication between two people, or between yourself and your spirit team, or yourself and your higher self. Okay, there's a lot of compassion and sensitivity here between you, and there could be another person here, because the next message, the next channeled message also kind of comes to like a connection kind of thing. But this doesn't have to be connection with another person. It could be connection, again, with your higher self or with your spirit team. Okay, take it as it resonates. Whether it's another person or your spirit team or your higher self, whoever it is on the other side of you, you're very close at this time. Okay, you're very close at this time, and they have, or it has, a lot of sensitivity around what you've gone through, and it has a lot of empathy for the ways in which you have had to be smart to overcome certain challenges. Okay, you have companionship within either another close person or within spirit. Okay, within your higher self, within your connection to the divine. You're finding a lot of compassion for yourself, and spirit is finding a lot of compassion for you as well, for what you have had to persevere through. All right, and the last message with the two seagulls is duality. Okay, there's something that you have integrated. There's something that you have healed. With the I will survive, with the small bird and the two seagulls, there's something about pulling together the dark and the light. There's something that has been integrated. You have shown light on something in the darkness, and you have not only integrated it, but brought it into the light, transformed it into something new. Transformed it into opportunity, into possibility for yourself, okay? A lot of alchemy that's gone on there, all right? And so you have this this abundance of emulation of self-empowerment, and I'm going to get through this. I got through this, now there's nothing that I can't get through, is what it feels like. For some of you, this could have been a very long process or a very long phase. There could have been a lot of karmic cycles that you have been working through, okay? There could have been a lot of karmic cycles that you have closed. You could have paid back some karmic debts here, okay? But you've definitely healed something to do with karma. You've healed something, you've integrated it, and now you're bringing both the shadow aspect and the light aspect into companionship, okay? And this is what is creating like this boost of energy, this abundance of energy, this freedom and this possibility. Okay, now I'm going into the meditative messages that I got from the 15th. I had this vision of someone while I was meditating. I had a vision of someone petting their dog's face, like the side of their dog's face, and kind of holding it. And the dog was staring at them, and they were staring at the dog. And I smiled while I was meditating. It always feels so goofy when I smile while meditating because I'm like not there, but then all of a sudden I can feel myself smile, and my attention goes back to like my physical vessel, and I'm like, this feels weird. I'm like not here, but I am here. But yeah, I saw someone petting their dog's face, and it made me feel very warm. There's something here, again, with compassion and with protection. Okay, loyalty, love, comfort, emotional support, serenity, and more sensitivity. Okay, so there's somebody you're connecting to, whether it is on the other side, whether it be a passed on loved one, a spirit guide, or your higher self. There is someone on, or an actual person in the physical. There is someone you're connecting to that has a lot of loyalty towards you, and they're here for emotional support. Okay, whether that be spirit or a physical person. They are here to comfort you throughout these changes. Now that you have overcome, you're in this space where you're needing to rest, you're needing to replenish, you're needing to give to yourself because you had to be in some sort of survival mode. You had to work your way out of strong adversity and challenge. So now you're in this phase where you're needing to be protected. And spirit is very sensitive to this, or the person you're connecting to is very sensitive to this. They want you to feel peaceful. They want you to feel calm. They want to comfort you. Okay, so lean on this person or lean on spirit for your emotional support as you heal through, as you further heal through these. Or I guess it's not even healing. I do feel as though there's something that has been healed here, and we're always healing throughout our entire lives, but something like the bulk of some sort of work has really, really been done, and you're being freed from karmic ties, okay? There was a message I was getting at there. I guess it wasn't that important. Okay, and the last meditative message was Mickey Mouse. I saw Mickey Mouse, and that made me feel really happy. And so then I looked into it, and he represents optimism and joy and the enduring power of the imagination. Okay, so it could have been that you had to utilize your imagination to make your way out. Again, you had to be cunning. You had to be smart. You had to maybe be a little calculated in how to maneuver to make sure that you were taking on the least amount of damage, and that you were, so that you wouldn't have to heal more and more and more throughout these adversities, okay? You had to maneuver. You were very smart about it. You were very imaginative, very creative about your solutions, okay? And now here there's potential for personal growth and happiness. Mickey Mouse is an innocent symbol, okay? So there's something about you having revitalized something. You've cleaned the slate. You've released something. There is something about like an innocent happiness, an innocent joy. And this energy is really aligned with your personal growth. You're being encouraged right now to maintain a cheerful attitude as you chase your dreams. Pursue your dreams, okay? You're very much being like pushed out there. It's softly though, but you're being softly pushed to get out there and pursue your dreams, to feel free within this, and to maintain a cheerful attitude, because that resilience, facing challenges with a positive attitude, is exactly what got you to overcome. Now you get to create from this resilience. You get to create from this optimism and this joy. Whatever your imagination may come up with that fits you best, or that can most align you with the happiness that you so desire and deserve. Okay, so beautiful messages of resilience, of empowering the self, of pushing forward and not giving up. And now you're in this space where you get to take it all in. Everything you've been through, everything you're coming towards, everything you have right now, to be grateful. Okay, strong gratitude. But there's definitely this, it's giving 6 of Wands and 3 of Wands, victory and outlook. Okay, beautiful, victorious, attitude towards whatever is coming next. You feel ready. You feel as though you can conquer what's next. You feel as though you are ready to create. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to expand. You're ready to learn. And it's a beautiful space to be in. It's kind of giving me that feeling of that opulence again from yesterday's message, the last message that I posted, opulence, which is wealth or great wealth or luxuriousness. Okay, you could be feeling very rich in your energy at this time, very abundant in your spiritual position, in your spiritual presence. Okay, you're feeling very rich within that. It's very luxurious. It's giving like golden aura. You don't have to have golden aura, but that's the vibe it's giving, right? Very healing, very luxurious. You're feeling very rich at this time. And it's a beautiful place to be able to create from and to be able to help others from. Okay, so I hope that this message found everyone that it was meant for. If you are drawn to the way that I interpret my messages, I do offer personal energetic readings at this time for $35. If you are interested, I will have my email in my YouTube bio. And yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. I'm open to working with anyone. And until next time, guys, much love. Bye.